Okay, hello. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, things stopped and I was forced to start again. So here we are. You missed the beginning of the last one, which was crazy. I was distracted. There was crows, there was disarray. Anyways, it was all meant to be. So now we are starting fresh, although I kind of brought in the old in here just to explain. I don't know why, but here we are. And this is the card we picked for today. And it is a blueprint. We all have our blueprint, our own program that we took with us to this life on earth. To become fully balanced, we have to return to our most basic program so we can follow the right path starting from scratch, which is kind of what happened. The energy of blueprint helps you clean your programs and delete anything that no longer suits you and serves no purpose anymore. Okay. Edit. Edit and delete. Although I'm feeling called to include that first part just because. To validate, confirmate all the things. Okay, let's get a confirmation of all the beautiful things that are meant for you as part of your blueprint, as part of your divine plan to reap the rewards, to harvest the incredible blooms and fruits of your labor, right? You spent a lot of time planting seeds and nourishing and weeding and doing all the necessary things. And the sun, all the circumstances are in your favor, have been in your favor. And now you look out and you see all of the beautiful work that you have done. And it's time to harvest. Yes. The honeybee. I think it's also like a year in review. It's like the seeds that you planted in the a year ago. So what were you doing a year ago, right? Really checking it out. Okay. Let's see. After much diligence, the honeybee finally reaps the sweetest harvest. They are connected and attuned to the slow, ever-moving cycles of nature and time. The bee needs to move through many steps and stages before their efforts in the wildflower fields bring the joyful harvest of honey. Exactly. It's been a hard, toiling, working stage of things. Okay, it awaits the slow arrival of change. Jera speaks of the yearly cycles of tilling, sowing, and reaping. It awaits the slow arrival of change with patience, planning, and hard work. Jera has a steady and joyous energy, and it calls you to pause for a moment and pay attention. You will reap what you sow, but are you sowing the future you want? It also asks, is the timing right? Jera indicates a total and happy completion with the promise that your reward is coming. Fruition, balance, abundance, cycles and rhythms, and harmony. Yes, gorgeous. All of those things. We love it, we know it, we own it, right? And this is the thing, you put in the work, you get the results. Your dedication, your diligence, your nurturing, your faith, your love choosing, this all adds to your harvesting. Okay. Let's see what cards are for us in this reading today. Oh, we got bunches coming out instead of single cards. All the single cards, all the single cards, all the single cards. They're done. Okay, we won't go there. Let's get the first card from the tarot. Beautiful. This is you, whether you're a male or a female. We have masculine and feminine energies within us. All these cards are all the energy, the dominating energy that is around. Okay, so this is the dominant feminine energy of being independent, self-sufficient, in your own, sitting in your harvest. Okay, this is the honeybee queen, and she's counting all her coins, going, aha, yes, the moon is almost right. The time is almost right to harvest, to reap all I have sown. Okay. And look, we've got flowers, we've got wheat, we've got beautiful, but we also have mindful engagement, because you're not grabbing at roses, otherwise you get pricked by the thorns. You are gently engaging in its beauty and floral scent. And then the wheat too, we have to process it in order to utilize its nutrients, right? I think something about we can't break down the husks or the fibers or whatever. This is why we have to grind it down into a powder so that our bodies can process it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying about being in your harvesting stage. Yes, you've done the work and now you are waiting for the things to be harvested. Why? We've got passionate movement out of choppy waters into clear, smooth waters. Yes, this is part of the benefit of your harvesting stage is to move passionately upon things, take passionate action. Right? This is the knight who is passionately acting upon the I need to harvest now, right? Also, look at the moons in the back. Timing. The timing is right, okay? And speaking of moons in the back, we've got 3 full moons. So when the moon is full, okay, we've got the brightness, the revelation that full moons give. You can see in the darkness spaces, you can better see what's in the corner, hiding in the dark. We've got your creation and your hand in the world that you create, and I feel like this is the pace, momentum building towards this world, within this world. It is definitely a transition from choppy to clear, from the old world to the new world. The old world was one where you had to work hard. The new world is one where you harvest and enjoy your harvest. It starts to feel lucky. It starts to feel like you're on a lucky win streak, because things are popping, things are revealing, things are coming into view, things are drawn to you and making themselves known to you in a miraculously beautiful way. But it is all a result of the work that you have done. And that is a beautiful thing. Yes. We have to keep that in mind, right? We're here because of the work that we've done. I was thinking about that. There was this other reading that was about like recognize how far you've come. And I was suddenly shown, even my reading process. When I first started, um, the the thing was upside down, and I had this little spot in the corner of my living space. And now, a year and a little bit later, I've got a whole room dedicated to a sacred sanctuary space for this. I've got this beautiful space here. And now, before it was just hearing my voice and seeing my hands because I couldn't look at myself. Now, look at me. I'm here, right? And so this is exactly it. This recognize how far you've come in a year. I went from not being able to hear myself in real time, so I had to speed up all the videos, and I couldn't look at myself long enough, and so I had to hide behind the cards. But I mean, it was part of the process because the cards are beautiful, and I wanted to take you along on where I was going, why I was putting cards where I was putting them, and why I was assigning the certain meanings to the cards, right? And so, yeah, if you're curious, if you want to know, um, sorry, I got a call coming in. 11:33. Interesting. Okay. I just had to read the thing. So these distractions from where and what you're trying to do has kind of been the theme of this reading. Okay, but this is all part of the game plan, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. Okay, what's this card? Your strength, okay, your ability to this is another thing too. You were in go 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 mode, planting your seeds, doing all the tilling and the nurturing, right? Now you're in harvest time. Now it's time to not work as hard in the trying to make things work. Now is the allowing. Now is the harvesting, the enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? The cooking, the yummy foods, um, the canning, I don't know, all the things that you're going to do with all your harvest, right? It's also an acknowledgement of the seasons and timing. And speaking of distractions, Mims on cue has come up. No, you stay there. No, no. Just because you move in slow motion doesn't mean I don't see you. Okay. We've got another night showing up, and this is part of what I was talking about. This is the time to allow and be and allow the things to come to you, right? Allow the blooms to grow and show you how beautiful they can be. Yes. Mims. Okay. She went away. Okay, so Knight of Cups is the messenger knight with love in his cup. He's got its messages from the heart, is what he delivers. So, depending on who and what, but it's time for celebration. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is your time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to enjoy the work that you have already done, to see the results, right? It's like when someone is directing a play, there's a lot going into wrangling and directing and making the vision be seen and felt. But then when it comes to the day of the show or the night of the show, now it's just time to sit back and enjoy. You've done everything that you can, you did, or whatever, and now it's time to just enjoy. You let the usher you in, you sit down, you get comfortable, and you watch, right? You engage, you enjoy, you celebrate, you share. comp some tickets and be like, come see what I did. Okay, yeah, this is the time to see the fruits of your labor. That's all I gotta say. This is your dedication, right? The dedication that you have done to your planting, your growing, your I don't have enough words, I'm realizing, for harvesting and tilling, and that's all I got. Okay, but your dedication. This is the accumulation of your dedication. And now it's time to sit back and enjoy it, to be in it. It's like you create a beautiful garden to sit in and enjoy. Well, now it's time to sit in it and enjoy it, right? We're like, okay, I did that. What else do I got to do? What else do I got to do? Well, you've got to reserve your strength for the next big thing, right? And while we are in the enjoyment of it, we can be like, well, when I get going next time, I think I'm going to put a little pathway and add a little rock garden and blah, 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 do the things, plot your course. This is that balance, right? You need to balance between the doing and the being. That has been coming up a lot in these readings because this is the time. What is that? It's a dia. Just see some movement in the branches. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Swords around your balancing of your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual realms. Okay, this is the energy of cutting away, of recognizing when you need to and do it, right? Cut away all the things. This is your PR assistant or personal assistant. No, personal. What does PR stand for? Personal. I don't know. Okay, but anyways, this queen is the one who determines when it is time to till and weed and sow, and when it is time to go in and recenter and rebalance and refocus and re-strengthen. This is also the seasons, right? The seasons show us this every year, right? There's a time for new growth and full bloom and the releasing, the harvesting, and the cozying in abundance and light, right? And warmth. Yes. Abundance, light, and warmth. Okay. That was bizarre. Okay, but it flew out. It's the Seven of Swords. And it flew out and landed on top of the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is things that want to get in your way of this celebratory luck. Okay, this is people, places, and things. This is also our own thoughts, our own minds, our old ways of doing, feeling, being, seeing, right? All things getting in the way of your transformation, of your process. This is that old thinking that's like, I'm not doing anything right now. It's linked. My doing is linked to my purpose or my this is how I earn my place in this world, is by doing all the time, doing. That's what's going to get in the way of this, right? You make some yummy, frothy beverage. You pick the grapes, you squish them, you process them, you ferment them. Well, now it's time to enjoy. I don't know. I don't know enough about that either. Okay. Let us see. And also other people's opinions, right? Other people not being able to see all the things, not being able to feel all the things that you feel. And so they look in on your life and they're like, well, this is what you should be doing. This is how you should be doing. This is who you should be doing. And it's like, Nobody knows what I know. Okay. And this is the time that I need to focus on my self-care, on my sacred sanctuary space, on my harvesting time. Yes. And patience. Okay. I want to stick the patience up by your strength, because there is patience in your strength. Okay. This is also giving yourself the time to be prepared. This is the necessary time to plot your next course of action, right? This is a time to think back upon all the things that you did over the last year and what worked, what didn't work, what can I tweak, what is good, what is not so good, what, and what am I going to do different next time? Well, next time, maybe I'm not going to spend so much time growing asparagus this time. I'll just grow broccoli, or I don't know. I don't know about growing. But this is the patient planner, okay? This is someone who has a very keen eye, very particular in attention to detail. And this is where you get your strength, because you are allowing time to replenish, to rejuvenate, to plot, to plan, right? And so when you make a move, you are prepared. Okay. Yes, because abundance will be yours. Okay. This abundant life is part of your rebirth. It's part of the next phase of your life. It's part of this moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. This is the calmer waters. This is a legacy. This is the fruits of your labor, right? The work, generational work too, that has been done tilling this tree, nurturing this tree, and now is the time that it blooms, it fruits, and now is the time to engage with it and share in its wonder and celebrate the fact that, yay, this is the time that it finally, like, generations have gone by and they never got to see or feel or acknowledge or sit in or be involved in the fruits of the labor. And your generation, this is your turn. This is part of your blueprint, that you would be the one to break the curses, to stop the patterns, to step away from the loops that do not serve, to recognize the karmic contracts that were meant to serve as a tape that you bust through to win the prize of winning. I don't know. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. The judgment. This is that, like the phoenix from the flames. This is the new life. And you're in it. You're in. The time is ripe. The moon is full. All is revealed. Okay. We got a whole bunch of cards just flipped as a group. Okay. And we got the Queen of Cups at the bottom here, who was like, me. So that's your heart space and going with the flow, your ability to be, right? To be in your heart space, knowing, feeling, being. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yes. Okay. So boundaries, maintaining boundaries around anything that tries to step in the way or interfere or get involved or knock you off of this path of joyful celebration, right? This is your time to celebrate. And don't allow the naysayers. This is about you holding the vision and you trusting what you feel, what you know, regardless. Just when somebody else inputs and tries to tell you whatever, yes, you can be open, but just recognize they don't have all the information that you have. So their ability to judge any situation, they don't have the ability to judge any situation because they don't have enough information. So, thank you. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's your perspective, right? There's lots of different ways that you can move through beyond that, right? I mean, I used to have somebody tell me, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. And I was like, no, actually, I'm gonna do this and this, and no, you can't do that because of this. And then now it's an argument or a debate around what it is I'm gonna do. So now I reserve my energy, right? That's a little game for me. It doesn't matter to me anymore if somebody's like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that and you're gonna do this other thing. I'm like, that's interesting. Wow, look at this. Right? Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Anyways, what's over there? Right? And you do what you gotta do, okay? Because this is you sitting in your groundedness. This is you, a king of your own castle, okay? And also, this is what happened in yesterday's reading, but it was the wands, where the Queen of Wands came out into the reading to join the King of Wands. Well, today we've got the King of Pentacles coming in to join the Queen of Pentacles, okay? This is your balancing of your being and your doingness in your material realm. This is exactly it. The king brings his seed to the queen. She plants them, the seeds, and multiplies them. This is what the relationship between the masculine and feminine, right? She incubates, she nurtures, she turns it's like a sunflower seed. The masculine brings the sunflower seed and she grows a sunflower. Well, what's in the center of a sunflower? Millions, I don't know if it's millions, a lot of more sunflower seeds, right? So it's just like the man gives the seed to the seed to the woman, and she turns the seed into a person, right? It's a multiplying that happens. So this is beautiful. This is part of your balancing state. This is part of your abundance, okay? And this balance, okay, so the other two cards that came out was the 10 of Cups. This is the fruits of your labor. This is your harvest, right? And this is the balance of the light and shadows, the balance of the masculine and feminine. This is also the balance of the spiritual with the physical. And this is also the process, right? So, the process, which is the tilling and the sowing and all this stuff, the work is the forging of the sword, right? It's heated, it's cooled, it's pounded, it's resting, it's going through this dichotomous process of becoming. Once it is a sword, it is strong. This metal has been alchemized, this metal has been transformed into something that is stronger. Now the sword it's gone through its process. It doesn't need to keep going through that process anymore. It has become, right? And so Beautiful. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Like, this is the fruits of your labor. Okay. Yes. Beautiful, gorgeous, and amazing. Wow. Okay. Wow. Let's see. What are the cards? I want to add to this reading. I lost sight of the deer. Okay. So we've got deep universe, clarity, moment, and embrace. Beautiful. So I'm getting with the clarity, this full moon situation that was really standing out at the start of the reading. This is like a revelation. This is like an eye opener, a clearly being able to see. Okay, see how far you've come, see the work that you've done, see the results of the work that you have done. Okay. The universe is deep. Okay, the universe is guiding you towards someone special. Just let everything take its course. This is that Queen of Cups. This is your allowing stage, the things to come to you, the messages to arrive, the opportunities, the things now are guiding you along your way in this glorious flow state. It's no longer a struggle state, it's an ease and flow state. I've noticed this when you get into this flow state with your intuition and your tapped inness, you end up moving in such a beautiful synchronistic way where literally everything that you need is right there when you need it, right? It's like you're working in the garden and you're trying to move this thing here, and oh, if only I had this piece of wood that I can just jam right in there that would keep that there. And then you turn and look, and oh, there's this piece of wood that I picked up 3 days ago at the beach that I didn't know what to do with. And so I just put it right there because that's what my intuition told me to do. Well, now it's within reach and it's the perfect tool for this thing, right? And this is part of the trusting your intuition, because it goes beyond what you can perceive. It makes no sense in the moment for me to put this stick right there. But yet I did, because it felt something was telling me, oh, not do it, right? It's like I'm heading into town and it's a cloudy day and my intuition's like, grab your sunglasses. And my mind's like, it's cloudy. I don't need my sunglasses. So I don't. Well, this was the old way, right? I didn't, because I'm like, it makes no sense. And I go downtown and all of a sudden the clouds part and the sun shines. And I'm like, oh, if only I had my sunglasses. Oh, right. There was that thing that yeah. Okay. So look deep within and discover your soul's purpose. Okay. Yes, this is part of your divine blueprint. Your purpose right now, after all of the work that you have done, is the time to reap your rewards. Okay. To have a firm, beautiful, solid foundation that you can celebrate and harvest and be in glorious moments of joy. Okay. Moments of joy. Think of a special moment that brought you and your partner a lot of joy, and embrace what fate has in store for you. So, this is the recognition that you've already planted the seeds, and now it is time to allow the growth to happen. Allow the beautiful blooms to surprise and delight you. And focus on other moments that you felt held, secured, stable, looked after, taken care of, whatever the case may be. Okay, and yeah, embrace what fate has in store for you. This is that allowing, this is the getting out of the way of trying to control all of the circumstances and the details of the circumstances and allow the things to unfold as they are meant to, as is part of your divine blueprint. This is the other thing. Your higher self sees the game plan. So when it's like, move this way, and you're like, what? That makes no sense. Just trust it. It knows more than you do. It sees more than you do. And it always holds your greatest and highest in mind. Always. Okay. Let's see what these mushrooms have to say for us. Okay, interesting. So we've got isolation, capture, and then discovery and unknown. Also, capture is a 26 and discovery unknown is a 27. So this is that progression, the movement, the forward movement. Okay. We've got parrot, wax cap, which is a 30. If you have learned anything from mushrooms, it is not to assume or judge them on their appearance. Oh, that's not it. Even if they don't look like one we're talking about. Okay, the parrot wax cap likes to be left alone. And it's easy to understand why. Isolation can be a good thing. Left untouched by pollution, noise, and people, it grows well. So can you, if you are left to your own devices. You are capable of growth without all the things. What you thought you needed to survive might not actually be necessary. You would be surprised how little you really need at all. Sometimes stripping your life down to the bare necessities can show you how you have been living way beyond your means. Isolation can also be a good thing to clear your mind and strip yourself down to basics. You will be able to hear your own thoughts again without the constant bombardment of sound, people, and energy. When you need peace in your life, sometimes you need to extricate yourself from the situation. Finding peace is so much easier when you have isolated yourself and attend to what you really need. Sometimes peace and simplicity bring the greatest rewards. If, on the other hand, you are feeling isolated and not in a good place, ask yourself, what do I need? What is it that really sustains me and makes me happy? It's time to ask the tough questions and really get real about it. Only you know what can make you happy, and it has to come from the inside. Addictions are often fueled by unhappiness. When you find something that makes your heart sing and makes you feel alive, you tend to not need your vices as often. Tapping into the source. Okay. Okay. And then we've got the red cage. Go after what you want, but don't hold on too tightly to it. The red cage mushroom is effective in what it does, and that is it gets what it wants. The holes in the cage are too large to hold anything in, but the gleba is inside, so the flies must go in. The flies don't ever get stuck. They are not trapped, just enticed by what is on offer. They have formed a relationship with the cage mushroom, one of mutual reciprocity. The message here is to know what is necessary to capture your dreams. Do whatever it takes until you get what you want. Learn what you need to do or acquire to manifest what you want. Do you need to read, upskill, and research more? Do a course or ask questions for others? Ask yourself, what do I need to do to bring me what I want? Once you understand what is needed, put your plan in place and execute it. It's form the relationships you need and make progress towards your goals. It is only you who can set the trap. When you capture what you are trying to, let it go. If it can come and go freely, it will set the wheels in motion for the larger purpose you needed for it to manifest. Something that may have seemed frightening at first might reveal to you it is here to help and has a greater purpose than you assumed. Okay, so this is giving me that time when to go in, when to be, right? And when to do. And this preparedness and reserving of strength, right? Is that time to upskill, read, research more, do a course, ask questions, right? That's when you do that. When you're in the doing mode, you're not necessarily receptive to other information. You're just in go do it mode. What is this fly? Are you spying? Okay. And 27 is the blue Laertiomyces. A new discovery awaits you, and it's going to be like stepping into the unknown. So don't move forward with assumptions of what it's going to be like. Go in with an open mind and heart and allow it to unfold without expectation. Sometimes you are not meant to know what the unknown holds for you because you need to actually experience it. You may see it as negative. You may find it positive. Either way, know that it is important and exactly where you are meant to be. If things don't turn out the way you thought and you find yourself in a negative thought pattern, remind yourself to give thanks for the situation, even though you are not sure why it may be happening. It will most likely be revealed to you at a later date because it was a stepping stone for you to get to somewhere else, right? That stick. Why am I putting that there? Oh, later on. Aha, it's the perfect thing that I needed right now. If you could see the whole path ahead of you, would you take a step forward? Sometimes it's good not to know where you are headed because the road ahead may be too overwhelming. Taking a stepping stone approach and move from one to the next without worrying where they are taking you, as long as you follow your intuition, you won't be led astray. If you are allowing logical and emotional decisions to override your intuitive processes, you will find too many pathways to take. Intuition is key here. That's that story I was telling you about the sunglasses and your mind, and you're like, no, and then you're without, right? Be strong, be confident, and trust your gut. The unknown awaits you, and it has many gifts for you. And I think this is part of this newness that you are stepping into, this harvesting, reaping what you sow era, is this trusting that all things that you need will be provided when you need it at the right time, right? This is that faith. This is why I think in the Bible, there's a lot of people or like gurus and stuff like that. They walk around with nothing, right? They trust that when they're hungry, food will present itself at the right time. If they need shelter, shelter will present itself at the right time. Like it's this trusting in the divine and the beautiful orchestration that the universe provides when you tap into this flow state. Yes, okay. Let's get some love messages. These are the messages I have for you today. Okay. Get out and explore. Yes. Break the old ways of doing things. Break the old habits, break the old routines. If you usually go one way, try going another way. This shakes up energy loops. This allows new energy to come in. Same with when you cleanse and clear your space, you're allowing new energy to move around in ways that it wasn't before. And this allows new opportunities and things to present themselves and to flow into and out of your life in ways that it couldn't before. Okay. Quiet the mind. This is about going in, tapping in, trusting in your higher self, your intuition, to guide you, to lead you, to move you. Okay, yes, trust your intuition, confirmation. Okay, it knows, you've done the work to trust it, to believe it. You've had enough moments where you didn't, and you took note, and you're like, if only I had listened to my intuition. And you have enough of those moments that you start to listen to your intuition, and then you start seeing what happens when you listen to your intuition. You start being guided, you start being shown, you start seeing the divine orchestration. That's beautiful. The signs and synchronicities that blow your mind more than they could have if you let your mind get in there and take over and steer you in a way that made sense to your mind instead of to your heart space. Okay. And protect your energy. Yes. This is protect your energy from all of the things, externally, internally. This is your time to shine. This isn't your time to be passive. This is your time to be balanced. Okay. This is your time to still be very discerning and cutting away and creating firm boundaries for yourself. And balancing in between this doing and this centering groundedness. This is a recognition of process and how process is part of becoming. But once you have become, right, it's like the diamond has to go through pressure, or the coal has to go through pressure until it becomes a diamond. But once it's a diamond, it doesn't need to go through the pressure anymore. It's just about shining and being. And that's the stage you're in right now. That's this now. Okay. That's this now. So hopefully some of that made sense and was helpful, inspiring, or somewhat entertaining for you. That will move you, empower you, help you to balance, to protect, to feel good, to get excited, to own, to embrace what fate has in store for you. Okay, all of the things. You are beautiful, you are loved, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Okay, love you, appreciate you, and wishing you all of the good stuff. The good stuff in this world that you create for yourself, that's full of balance and love and beautiful gorgeousness. Okay, love you, take care, see you next time. Okay, bye.